I sing the body electric in sissy punks and backward snapbacks, lavender nail polish and auto-tuned hookups, lightning bolts sizzling in my touch, in heels and sneakers, in button-downs, curled hair and buzz cuts. I sing the body electrified, samba, barefoot stomping, make a home from a grave plot, lipstick stained and beautiful. Sing it porque even in death we are temples, built of magic and sunlight. Know that no amount of electricity can fix what isn't broken. Sing praises in Spanish, English, sing loud, sing proud, sing so that your ancestors can hear you. High falsettos to crack mirrors, love songs, sing T for too many siblings lost, R for red lips, laughing through tears wiped away, A for answered prayers, for angels lost, N for negritas and nopales, and no more hiding, and love and knowledge. Sing S to sing for singing's sake, for your voice is made of wonder. Sing the body electric, because we are magnificent at 100,000 volts.
A message from Transcend at Texas State.
Most people find that the living make better company than the dead, but for the paranormal investigators of Texas State, this isn't the case.
Yeah, young adult sleuths does not have the same ring as teenage sleuths. Right?
Founded in October of last year, the investigators may seem like a novelty to some, but to others, like club member Arden Goolsby, it's much more than that.
It's always good to have something extra in your life that makes you happy. Every other Monday I come in and I'm very excited to get down to whatever we're doing, and then whenever an excursion comes up, it's something that I really look forward to because personally I don't spend much time on campus anymore because I'm a senior.
The excursions Goolsby mentioned are ghost hunting field trips organized by president and founder Ray Glassford. Using a mix of modern technology and old school spiritualism, the club looks for specters in historic sites around Texas.
And then I said, can I just talk to one of you? And it was no. So
Glassford is happy with the response she's been getting on campus and says the group has been getting a good number of regulars and newcomers alike. She doesn't want the organization to be seen as one-sided in its belief of the paranormal, however.
I'm not here to change anybody's minds, and I'm not opposed to having my mind changed either, so what happens, happens.
The Paranormal Investigators Club meets at 7 p.m. in Alkek 514 every other Monday, and will often go on excursions like this one to places like the Mission Trail here in San Antonio. For Studio A, I'm Sam McCarthy.
So Iris, how did the ghost hunting go?
It was really fun. It was a great experience. We got to ask some yes/no questions with a pendulum, a ghost box, and some dowsing rods. And some of the questions I asked were, do you wear shoes in the afterlife? Did you like bread when you were alive? And you know what? Is that camera on me? I was ghosted by a ghost. It wasn't fun, but the overall experience was fun.
Construction on the LBJ Student Center began last June, cutting off most points of entry to the building. Iris Gonzalez says this inconveniences all students at Texas State, but the current detours affect some more than others.
That's right. For most, this situation boils down to the missed opportunity for a tasty chicken sandwich. But for students with disabilities, these detours aren't just inconvenient. They're downright dehumanizing. Take a look. The banging, the clanging. Texas State students are all too familiar with these sounds as the LBJ Student Center remains under construction. But for students with disabilities, campus construction has less to do with noise and more to do with just plain getting around.
I have to go down this really long wooden ramp that they think is a good detour, but it's so excessive and unnecessary, and there's always people on it.
With Texas State's infamous topography, students with disabilities already deal with limited access to certain areas on campus. Now that most of LBJ's entrances are blocked off by construction, they're even more restricted than before, not to mention crowded.
They made the ramp bigger because I was complaining about it, but now people just use that as an excuse to walk next to each other, so they take up both sides of the ramp. Love that.
There's a question of what if those construction sites are making accessibility worse when the campus itself is not as accessible as it should be.
This morning I was trying to go to work and there was a Texas State truck
parked in front of the ramp in the parking garage, and I was like, how am I supposed to go anywhere with you parked right here?
The Delta Alpha Pi Honor Society is one of several resources on campus that disabled students can use to voice their concerns.
You have power in getting together and making your voice stronger and louder, and especially when it's the disability community, it seems to make a great difference.
Students interested in advocating for improved accessibility on campus can find resources at ods.txstate.edu. For Studio A, I'm Iris Gonzalez. As the days get longer and the deadlines get shorter, Bobcats everywhere are starting to feel the heat of finals week. But while the rest of us hit the books, English senior Jen Cardenas is busy presenting their research on the connection between American mythology, Marxist theory, and Batman.
And among the pantheon of superhero gods, he is the god of capitalism because he fought his way to the top among all of these other people who have superpowers. Because he's the cleverest, he's the hardest fighter, and most importantly, he is the richest. It really means a lot to be able to frame my experiences and things that are significant to me in a way that's compatible with academia. So I was able to have a lot of fun talking about Batman, which is something that I love, and also frame it in terms of political, social concepts that I'm really passionate about.
The passion doesn't end with The Dark Knight, though. In the past year alone, Bobcats have conducted research on such pop culture topics as Russian folklore, fandom affinity spaces, and even original video games. Although some may scoff at the idea of marrying pop culture and academia, our Texas State researchers are confident in their studies.
Popular culture is incredibly important, and people who try to ignore it are usually ignoring society, because popular culture is really where society is going, and it's tapping into society as it's happening.
It's a part of reality, and any part of reality affects any other part of reality, and that makes everything worth studying.
Whether you're looking to dig into some K-pop or Russian folktales, stop on by the Honors College in Lampasas building to check out the academic works done by your fellow Bobcats. For Studio A, I'm Iris Gonzalez. Cool. Okay, so get ready to fade up on DDR with sound. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fade up with sound.
This is the Sasquatch. Look at him go. This footage was shot.
Okay,
by
camera
2
2,
guys named
you are
Patterson
super
and
good right
Finley
now.
in 1967.
Just be ready to
But
take
there
it
are some
right
people who
after
say that it's a hoax,
the
like
DDR.
Abby, a literal scientist, geology enthusiast, and a self-proclaimed salt god. Sasquatch, more like Nasquatch, says
Okay.
Abby. But wait, here comes a wild Zandra. Part-time math student, full-time disciple of the word of Bigfoot, and Abby's best friend? Get ready to witness a Sasquatch battle for the ages. In this illustrious program, Abby Muirhide and Zandra Farah will be painting the studio blue as they talk squatch. Without
Ready to
further
dissolve to
ado,
camera 2.
Here it is. The
And
one, the only inconvenient omnivores.
dissolve to camera 2.
Hello, and welcome to Inconvenient Omnivores. I'm Xandra.
Okay,
and
ready camera
she's,
1. Ready
recording.
box right.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm the smart one. Don't listen to her. Today we're going to talk about the most
Camera
iconic
1, pan
part
right
of
just a
Bigfoot
little bit.
ever, his silhouette.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. She thinks Patty is fake,
And
so can't be that smart.
take camera 1.
Anyway, so the Patty film, obviously authentic. You can clearly see muscle movements under
Okay,
the skin
camera
as
2,
she
be
walks,
ready
and the limb
with
proportions are
a
inconsistent
medium
with any
close-up.
known apes. For those of you who don't understand science, that includes
Camera 2, be
humans,
ready
by
with
the
a
way.
medium close-up.
And they didn't have costume materials to make skin like that back then. And okay, granted, the footage isn't of great quality, but the dude is on a freaking horse with a crappy camera in the middle of nowhere, Colorado in 1967. Cut him some slack, okay?
Cut to camera 2.
You know what? I will cut him slack in hell. Oh, okay,
Camera 1.
so she thinks she's smart now. So why don't you just explain to me why I'm wrong?
Okay, camera
Alright,
2 with the box
fine.
right. Left.
I can do that.
Seriously, zoologists that have studied the film say that the quality of the fur is too uniform all over the creature's body. You should know this. You've worked with apes. Plus, if the movie was filmed at a slower rate than it was released, the gait shown would be able to be replicated by humans. You also have to consider that Patterson and Gimlin were in Colorado filming a mockumentary about finding Bigfoot. Gimlin himself was dressed up in a costume, so it's not a far mental leap for most people, except you, apparently, and obviously, to entertain the thought that Patterson and Gimlin would create a costume to spice up their film. Another thing to consider, this thing is way too comfortable around people.
Ready to take one
about it.
and take it.
But bitch, the knees are bent
Lose the box.
outward at an angle that humans just can't do. You can't fake knees with a costume. Why would speeding up the footage change that?
Take two.
Listen, you gotta listen. If the footage was slower, he would have had time, he means the man in the costume, obviously, he would have had time to purposely contort his gait. And then when they sped up the footage, in post, obviously.
Okay,
Ready
two
to take
things.
two?
First of all, we're talking about 1967. Random assholes in Colorado don't know how to do post-production. Also, quit misgendering Patty. It's a female.
Take.
Except that these Colorado assholes were not random. They were there to film a movie. It's not that complicated.
Take one.
Any fucker with a camera can film a movie. It's not like the dudes were professionals with a studio.
Take two.
You know what? They filmed the video in October. They released the video months later. They had time to get out of the ass end of Colorado and edit the footage, so get off my ass and eat it.
Take one.
Sorry, honey, I don't sleep with stupid. But we have no evidence that they had the money or resources to pay for post-production, let alone this costume you claim they paid for.
Take two.
If you don't sleep with stupid, I question how you sleep at night. Gimlin was literally caught hoaxing footprints in the area a few years later. How can you think that they went out to film this docudrama and they just happened to stumble across a Bigfoot? How is that not suspicious? It's a Bigfoot, not a unicorn.
Correlation does not equal
Okay,
causation.
camera two.
You scientifically
Get a two-shot ready.
illiterate douche canoe.
Camera two with the
Who
two-shot.
the hell are you calling scientifically
Take it.
illiterate? I'm the scientist here. You are into math. Sasquatch isn't a number. You
Okay,
fucking
ready to dissolve to
pseudoscientific
DDR?
wannabe.
Oh, you did not just.
And dissolve.
And with that, we have our show. Now, what do you say? Are you pro Squatch, no Squatch, or maybe so Squatch? However way you Squatch, let us know in the comments below. This has been Inconvenient Omnivores.
And we're done.